All right, page 6. I'm going to do number 15 with you. So this was yesterday's stuff. You were not supposed to finish it, so this is what you're finishing up today. So remember that we wanted to rationalize by getting no radicals in the bottom. So we're going to take a look at the bottom. We don't want any radicals in there. So what was the trick to getting rid of them when there was a binomial? Multiply by the, and that weird word, what was that one? Conjugate. So what is a conjugate? It's the plus minus of whatever you have, right? The opposite. So 3 root 2. So this is a minus, so mine will be a plus. If you do that to the bottom, you have to do that to the top. Okay, there is a binomial situation. What does that create in math when you have two binomials? It creates a FOIL. But the bottom one is special because what do we know about conjugate multiplication? The O and I would be gone because when I look at it, I can see 3 root 10 minus 3 root 10. That will always happen when you do conjugates properly. Okay, so FOIL the top. I need you to get me all 4 parts here. So first is 6. What's a root 2 root 2? 2. So 6 times whole number 2. Out is 2 root 10. Insides, I have a 3 root 10. And last, what is a root 5 root 5? Just a 5, and it's a plus. Okay, the bottom, I'm going to FLA it. So the first, so here I have a 9. And then root 2 is 2. Okay, or if you really want, it's root 4. You can do that, but you're just going to have to go to the next stage after root 4 and change it to a 2. The sign between these is always subtract, because there's 1 plus minus, right? And the LL is root 5. So root 25, and then that's a 5. Okay. I'm going to think of this as 6 times 2 is a 12. And then I can put a plus 5 with it. So 17. And then these are root 10s, so I can put them together. So if I have 2 root 10s plus 3 more root 10s, I have 5 of them. So here, the 9 times 2, so I'm going to write there, I'm just going to think 18, subtract 5 is 13. And look at my answer, it does not have a radical in the bottom. Okay, flip. I am going to do, we might have to flip one more time. I'm going to do page 8 with you. Okay, I'm not going to do these ones with you. I'm going to give you some hints. On question 14, when you see it, how do you get rid of a square root and another square root? You have to square it and then square it again. Or what's the same math as squaring and squaring? What's another way to do that in math? To the what? To the power of 4. Same thing. Hint on number 13. When you square this, what number is going to be in the front now? 4. And then this, right? Because I'm repeating this. So the number is 4, and then what happens to the radical squared? Okay? I'm not going to do that one with you, but just that, right? Because some people square, but then they forget the number out front. That also would change, right? Okay, let's do number 16. Number 16, we're going to square both sides. You ready? I'm going to square, and then on this side, I'm squaring the whole side, which is a unit. Can you rewrite that for me, like the long way? So just repeat it. Squaring means repeat it. Okay, slow and steady. I need you to FOIL that. Okay, ready? First times first. We have a 9. What happens with root x, root x? Just an x. So 9x. On the outside, the front number would be -3, and the radical would be root 2x. Insides, look at that, the same thing, right? -3 in the front, radical 2x. Last, first of all, what's a minus minus? There'll be a plus. What's a root 2 root 2?
4.
Okay, you ready? I'm going to minus 9x, and I'm going to minus 2. Okay, see what I'm doing there? I'm getting those collected. So this would be negative 6x, and then nothing, right? 2 minus 2. And then on this side, I have those, and I can put them together. So I have minus 6 of those roots. Okay, now what? Divide by negative 6. There's a lot of algebraic properties in this equation solving. Now what? Square it. Now what? I see x squareds in here and x's. What do you always do? Equals 0. You have to have equals 0. If you would divide by x on that last stage, some of you probably would have had the instinct to do that. It cancels off one of your answers, which is not what you want. Okay, so that's why I say as soon as you see two variables equals 0, which style is this? It's a factoring style. GCF. And then I get 0 and positive 2. Okay. Then you're going to have to check. You're going to have to go back in. You're going to plug them in. Do they work? And I will tell you that one does work when I plug it in. And then when I plugged that one in, it did not work. Okay, so you're going to finish, where did we stop? Page 5? Yes. So page 5, so you can do page 6 and 7. Yes, I think that was the first.